Yes, the film was about making movies, but it's really about just real people. It's not about superheroes. It's about the people who play them. It's about the people who make those films. Colt is a blue-collar hero who's just, in a lot of ways, a regular guy who, having a hard time in his life. He's lost his girlfriend and his job, and he's lost confidence. He's just trying to make ends meet and figure out how to be a good person and who he is, and just dealing with things that we all deal with. And Jodie's the same, and really all the characters in the film. They're just very hardworking people who are doing their best and feel lucky to do something that they love. It was so tense because it was so dangerous, and even though there's so much thought goes into it, the level of preparation, the level of repetition, and the way that they sort of do it in stages, and it's really everything you could do to make sure that the performer is safe. Every measure you could take is done. But at the end of the day, it's still dangerous what they're doing. Everything has to go right. The weather has to be right, the density of the sand, the list goes on. And so it's very tense. And I just remember vividly we were all on set when he finally was going to do the stunt. It's almost like in the film when it moves in slow motion, it felt like that in real time. It just felt like you're counting every roll, but you're also worried about Logan. And in the film, a lot is made of the thumbs up, but it's such a relief when you finally see it. And when he finally gave the thumbs up and we understood that he was okay and that he'd broken this record, it really was like a day I'll never forget. David's just such an exciting person to be around and an incredible partner. And even from the very beginning, I mean, he went and stayed in a hotel next to my house before we started shooting, and we just went through the script scene by scene every day and just rewrote it to be personal to us so that it would be an amalgamation of our experiences. He's so hands-on, he's so not afraid of anything, and I think, it's sort of his experience as a stuntman in a way, the fearlessness that he has in that work, he has as a filmmaker. This is a difficult needle to thread because it's an action movie, it's a comedy, it's a mystery, it's a meta film about making movies. It's a lot of plates to spin, and he just wasn't afraid of that at all. And I think we all just felt inspired by that and wanted to sort of mirror that and sort of follow him wherever he wanted to go. It's always the dream to work with a filmmaker who feels like they're the only person who could make that movie, but this was really one of those cases. I really can't imagine anyone but David making this film. I was happy to be the first actor to say I did none of my own stunts in this film. It is about the stunt performers, and I was excited to highlight their work and let them do what they do best. But it was important that I do some of the stunts just, first of all, for me to understand on some small level, what they deal with every day, but also just for authenticity in the film. So I have a fear of heights, and I knew this was coming because it is called The Fall Guy, and we knew that there was going to be a fall. But the whole opening sequence all takes place in a oneer, and it leads up to them dropping me 12 stories off of a building. So that was one that there was no real way around. Another one that we did was I got dragged across the Sydney Harbor Bridge, which again was important to sort of have me do it because this character is risking his life and everything he has to sort of get to this karaoke date with Jodie. And it was just important that I be there doing it. And it was really geniusly scheduled because they did it at 6 a.m. So I was so tired when we did it that I sort of showed up, they dragged me across the bridge, I went home and went to sleep and thought, that was a very strange dream I just had.